Hi, my name is Ted Danz. I'm the founder of Family Danz Heating and Air Conditioning. I grew up in Albany. I lived in the south end of Albany, down on Catherine Street near Lincoln Park, until I was about 10 or 11 years old. And my dad came home from the war, and we moved to Colony, and I pretty much grew up in Colony. It was around 1976. I started on my own, and pretty exciting time, but well, I'm certainly glad I did. It's been a long road, and I'm certainly happy I did what I did at the time, but it was pretty scary then. My hobbies are I like old cars, I like fast cars, and that's probably about it. Well, I tried a few different things. I, like a lot of young men, didn't have a whole lot of focus right off the bat. I grew up at a time when things were going crazy. The economy was doing good, and everything was going great. I was a product of the 60s, and I somehow ended up with a job with a company stocking shelves for heating parts, and I became a counterman, then I became a salesman for that company, and then I became a store manager for that company. And while working as a store manager for a heating supply company, I got a lot of contacts, and one of my customers made me an offer I couldn't refuse to go on the other side of the counter, where I was in the contracting business with heating and air conditioning, and in the installation and sales side. So I then decided that that was a good line for me. I really enjoyed it, and that was the start of it. It's like, I don't think I really had this grand plan, and the idea that I would have a great plan of a business strategy and everything else that was out the window. I basically was working for somebody I really enjoyed working for, and then a change in management came along, and boy, it was just not a good situation for me anymore. And one day I said, you know what, I can do this on my own. And that was it. I never turned back, and I'm so glad I did it. But I did it more out of anger. I was mad that I didn't get a pay raise and said, I can do this, I don't need you. My first employee was a fellow named Craig Raymond. He was a young man going to my church. He just graduated from high school and wasn't really college bound, I don't think. And you know, he was ambitious, he was polite, you know, had mechanical skills, and Greg was with me for a long time. I think everybody had such a diversified personality sets of people that have come in. I can't sit here and say that I've had a single favorite. It's like just about everybody was my favorite. The heating and air conditioning industry has really moved light years ahead. The efficiency of the product, the technology that's used to operate it, it has become a very technological industry. It used to be light a pilot, push a button, and there wasn't a whole lot of science. Now everything is computer driven, and it's very, very interesting and very efficient. Okay, my duties day to day here at Family Danz is primarily I'm going out checking on jobs, making sure the customers are happy, and doing hands-on, making sure that our customers know that there is somebody here. It's a Family Danz, and it is family coming out to make sure that every aspect of their job and every expectation they have of what they're paying for is taken care of by somebody who really does have a vested interest in what we're doing. So I try to visit every single job every day and make absolutely sure that the jobs are getting done properly and that the customers are happy, and I like to thank somebody when they give me. I like to shake their hand, which is hard to do now because of COVID, but and thank somebody personally for their business and their trust. The HVAC industry hasn't really changed that much as far as, you know, people want service and people want a good product and people want somebody they can trust to come in their house. There's been changes in the industry over time, consolidators that have come in and bought up companies and tried to do the, I guess I would call it the Home Depot syndrome, where they just come in and buy everybody out, or if they don't buy you out, they try to put you out of business. We've stood strong, we still stay independent, and I think we've got a good foothold on the industry and our market in this area. I think one of the bigger changes in the HVAC industry is the technological operation of the equipment. It's amazing what can be done now. You know, turning your heat up and down from your cell phone. You could be in Europe and you want to turn the heat up in Albany, New York. You just go on your cell phone and voila, you have changed the temperature. It is just, it's amazing. I think there's always technological changes that come, and it's just the evolution of almost any industry. It doesn't sit still. It's constantly in flux. It's constantly moving. Fuels, the different fuels and the different technologies for each fuel. There's electric, there's gas, there's oil, there's liquid propane, and a lot of the industries are trying to focus on making their product more efficient, and so keeping up with each one of them has always been a bit of a challenge. Nope, I like them all. I like them. My roots are in the service department. I must say that I've gone through the ranks as a service technician for other companies, and then became a salesman. Also learned how to install, and then when I went on my own for a long time, it was just me. So I was the serviceman, the salesman, and the installer. So it grew from there, let's put it that way. When something comes out like a YouTube video or something like that, it's a great opportunity to say thank you to everybody that's made our company successful. Thank you to all the people that really have supported us, have been true to us, have referred us to their friends and relatives, and building that trust has taken a long time, and I will work every single day to maintain and keep that trust.